Hi traders, this is Aleks FX and I'm trading the Forex Beginner Strategy on the Euro US dollar. This is a daily chart. You can see we've been in a nice downtrend and broke this down fractal, and we've got this level right across here. Acted as resistance previously, we then closed below it, and then we've come back and used it again as resistance. So we're coming off key resistance from the higher time frame. 4-hour chart, you see the big down move and you see the resistance, and then we've come back and we hit that level and started to sell off. So high time frame trends are down. 30-minute chart, we've got a down fractal broken, so the direction is down. You want to be looking for selling opportunities, and changes right over here because we don't have two candles closed on the right hand side yet. So if we go to the 5-minute chart, we're looking for a actual opportunity now, selling opportunity. So we get the up fractal broken, and the down fractal right here is where we've just entered short. So right over here, remember we want to sell 1 pip below the low for a short trade. Take profit at the M2 pivot, and then the stop loss at the fractal just above us. So they're the working orders. You can see the entry and the stop loss. We've added the spread for the stop for a sell. The take profit, I'm looking at the M2 pivot area and then the daily S1 pivot. Now the M2 is pretty close here, and because the spread is normally just a little bit higher in this instance, it's not a brilliant place to be taking profit. Normally try and look for at least 5 pips and above. But we've got this key level right. You see this area right over here? You can see it's acted as resistance and support. So just something I want to watch very closely. I'll go back to the 5-minute chart. I'll show you we're moving down into this area. So there's the M2 pivot. And what I want to do, I want to take off half my position in this area right here. So I'll just compress this chart. You see this black line below the M2? That's a key level of support from the higher time frame. So if we get a surge down here, it's around the 5 pip mark, but we've got to take the spread into account, remember, for a sell. So price is moving down quite nicely, and what I want to do, I want to look at taking half my position off here. The reason for that is just it's going to reduce the actual risk on the trade overall. And I'll see if I can get a nice move down further into that S1 pivot. So let's see what happens. Alright, so I've just taken off half the position now. You see we've come into that key area of support. So that was for 3.5 pips, and that's more just for reducing risk on the trade now in case it turns back on us. So what we've got now is price finding support, and you can see the S1 pivot below us is where I'm looking to take the remainder of the position off. So we'll see what happens here. We've got decent momentum coming through. Now obviously we've had some bias coming off this key base of support, so it's an expected level where we can obviously see bias coming in there. And there's the level once again from the 30-minute chart. You'll see it from any of the higher time frames really. So if we go back to the 5-minute chart, just watch price and see what it does here. So far I've had some decent buying off here, also some take profits coming off this level. See the buyers continually pushing up here. Let's see what this candle close does. Hopefully we can see the bears come back in around this area. See this resistance level. Alright, so we've had some strong buying pressure coming. You see the close above the level, then we've had a push up, so we could very well get stopped on this. You can see we're currently down about 12 pips, but we've got a stop in place, and that's really what a stop loss is all about, keeping the risk manageable. So here's the 30-minute chart. You see that spike down, nice bullish hammer off that area of support. And what I've done now with this candle close, now I've just moved the actual direction bias down slightly to the next formed fractal. 5-minute chart. Let's see what happens here. Pretty close to getting stopped. Right, so we've had some renewed selling. You see this heavy selling coming back in here, and again the trend is down. So what I'd like to now see is a nice close below this area. So this highlight level below us is really key. And if we get a second candle, this big bearish candle close, we'll get some risk out on the trade. Alright, so we're currently just over 7 pips up. You can see the take profit flashing green there. Trying to see a close below here. Right, so we've had that close. That gives us the second candle close on the right hand side. So I'm going to reduce the risk. Remember, for a sell we want to add the spread above that fractal tip, because we haven't paid the actual spread yet. Let's see what happens. We've got S1 pivot just below us and getting some nice selling in here, but let's see if we can get a candle close. Currently 10 pips up. Alright, so you see the renewed buying coming back in here, just falling short of that S1 pivot, and we're coming back and closing above this area of support, so we're still struggling. Let's see what this candle does. I like this rejection wick, but I want to see what the close does. Remember, the trend is down, and obviously we want to see the momentum follow through. This is looking good now. A few more pips. Alright, so we've just been paid on the remainder of position. I've just dragged the trades onto the chart. So we took half the position off at plus 3.5. That was really just for reducing risk on this trade. And then we made the main profit on the S1 pivot that ran for 16.9 pips, so just under 17 pips, and averaged about 10.2. So recapping, market direction was down on the 30-minute chart, so we were looking for selling opportunities. And if we go to the 5-minute chart, you can see we had the opportunity set up here. We had the up fractal broken, and then we sold short at the down fractal break, and we took profits at the first key area of support in M2 pivot, and then the rest at the S1 pivot. I'm Aleks FX. I hope you found that helpful, and thank you for watching.